I'm telling y'all, something is not right. Can you feel it? Before we start, it's all alleged, it's all speculation, all my opinion. So I just got done watching my friend Colette's video where she caught the sun looking very odd and she believes we've been catapulted into darkness. Now I'm about to show you her video in a minute, but when I was watching the eclipse the other day, a thought kept coming in my head and it was like, something is in front of the sun. The eclipse looked completely different to me than it did to anyone else's cell phone. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's pretty odd. Until I watched her video on this. I will also prove to you, allegedly, that the sun we're looking at now is not the same sun we used to look at decades ago. And by the way, have y'all noticed it's been catastrophically windy ever since that happened? Along with a dark gloom over my head for days in a row. Along with CERN's Peter Higgs passing away on April 8th. So really quick before we dive deep, this was me recording the eclipse, and I kept thinking something was in front of the sun, and you can see the lens flares showing what time the eclipse was at, like what part was being eclipsed. But all I saw was this super huge bright thing. When everyone else, most people on cell phones, caught it being eclipsed, depending on where they were. You can see from the lens flares it was almost a total solar eclipse at this point. And the sky was still bright. All alleged in my opinion. And now let's go see what Colette was saying.
This is my backyard, here's the sun, and here's that ominous globe that we always get when we do videos, which is literally just a reflection of the sun that floats around, but it's a reflection of the exact sun. Imagine my shock and surprise when I zoomed in on it and I found this. Yeah, those are some whole geometric patterns. That is the reflection of that sun. Bible prophecies are unfolding right before our eyes. The sun is black as sackcloth, the moon is not giving its light. We have to open the key to the bottomless pit, to open the portal. Apep is the enemy of the sun disk, and his mission, his job is to, well, devour the sun. Here's one of the pictures I got of the sun in the sunlight. That is the sun's reflection. Okay, and now, I discovered something even more eerie. Not only is its reflection got those geometric shapes in it, so does the sun. Look close. I tinked around with the contrast and the brightness.
Now this is the sun you know if you're over 20 years old from a few decades ago. This was the sun we had. It was orange. It was not white. It was not LEDs. It was orange. This was recorded in 2000. Is it possible the sun in the sky is not the real sun? I've showed y'all my recordings of the crescent powering the sun. And again, we had that crazy anomaly coming from Antarctica, allegedly, right? This huge vortex of energy. This thing in the sky in China, like things are weird. And like I said, we've had non-stop windstorms for days, ever since the 8th. And right now, we're being bombarded by UFO footage. Bombarded by it. Like there's something crazy that's allegedly about to happen. Allegedly, speculation. And freaking meanwhile, the Pentagon has been suggesting that there's an alien mothership in the solar system that could be sending many probes to Earth. I'm telling y'all, it gets deep. But what on earth is the point of the mothership and the UFOs? This right here, it gets really deep. In a very, very, very old, certain kind of Bible, it says that Jerusalem is the center of the world. Jerusalem, like this, Rupus Nigra or Mount Zion being in the center of the earth. But who lives in the center of the earth? Maybe whoever built this world for us just a couple hundred years ago, who were building tens of thousands of square foot buildings with no bathrooms and no kitchens? Like I said, it gets deep. Stay tuned for part 2. Until then, tell me why there's paintings of people riding dinosaurs just a couple hundred years ago. And was it 1600 or J600? The reason there's so much happening right now and so much being uncovered is because you are in the Great Awakening, because you are in the end of the lot of days. On part 2, we'll get into my opinion on why we have a mothership in this solar system. And you're not gonna like the answer.